It's so interesting because now kids these days, they're really not even fans of their hometowns anymore. It's crazy. I talk about this on our network all the time, is that it's more become, football, baseball, hockey. It's all about the star player, the guy that you follow when you're a kid, the guy that you compare your skills to or something like that. So if you're a fan of that particular guy, some people become fan of that team.
Or who's on your fantasy team.
Yeah, I grew up a Jet fan. I was a Jet fan at 6 years old. Boy, oh boy, have I regretted myself ever since I did that. But I've been a Jet fan since day one. And not because they're a good team, because they've been absolutely crappy. But there's something about the Jets that I grew up and I did at one point when Donovan McNabb was drafted. I think I was 12 or 13 when he became he was a Syracuse quarterback. I followed him in high school, loved the guy. When he went to the Eagles, I was an Eagles fan. I was a Jet fan, but I rooted for the Eagles. And everybody said, how could you be an Eagle fan? It must be the green and white. And I was like, no, it's Donovan McNabb. So, but you love a player, and it's really the transition of sports. So what player in professional sports, it doesn't matter what sport, what player really drew you into loving that sport and loving that team?
I always loved watching like Hines Ward for the Steelers a while back from the tight end's perspective. And then, on the Texans, J.J. Watt. I mean, his mentality, the way he works, the way he brings people in around him for a common goal. And, I've always tried to be kind of a mix and somewhat in between the lines of those two. And, I mean, there's no better work ethic to model yourself after than J.J. Watt.
How about a defensive player for the Steelers? They have a rich defensive history, especially recently, too. I have a lot of great defensive players. Who is your favorite among that group, especially maybe that Super Bowl team?
Me. It was me. I mean, You don't remember me because I wasn't, I wore different masks. I was different. I was James Ferrier one day. I mean, it doesn't look like me, but, when you wear the mask, it covers, and I wear the facial, black stuff. So you don't know it. So if it is a Troy Polamalu or James Ferrier, that's
I'm going to say maybe you could pull off a clean shaven Brett Kiesel or something like that.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, like you already said, his name, Troy Polamalu. He had a downhill mentality. He always came down looking to make a great hit on somebody. He's headhunting all the time. And Ryan Shazier the same way, and he played for the Buckeyes here in my home state. So I followed him through his journey, and it sucks that he got hurt, but they're fun to watch all the time.
Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, who's your number one pick? Be honest.
I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you said Buckeyes, so the first thing that pops in my mind, the Buckeyes fan. So I wanted to hear your honest opinion, but I will say this. Trevor Lawrence in the last 2 years in the big game, he didn't show up. He didn't show up in the two big games that he needed to show up in, and Justin Fields did, breaking records, 6 touchdowns, over almost 385 yards, and 1 interception. He was sensational in that game. I think people need to really put Justin Fields on that billboard and say, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, I don't know. Anyways, we do this with all our recruits, okay? So we're going to ask you 3 silly questions, and then we're going to let you ask us whatever questions that you want. 3 questions of whatever you have of us. If you want to ask if Speedy wears underwear at some of the shows, the answer would be no, okay? So
I didn't once at my house when I was with my family, not here.
Trey, I'm telling you right now, man, this guy is such a liar. He's such a liar. Look at him. I mean, if you look at him, the first thing that pops into your head is liar. That's the way I look at him. He's a liar. But he actually told me that he has done the show Commando. And that to me is really confusing.
I said I did it once in my house with pajamas on.
You figure this guy out, man. Anyways, first question I have for you, man. Boxers or briefs, and why?
I'm going to have to go with boxers.
Why? You like your friends to hang? Is that
it's just comfortable? It's just comfortable.
You don't squeeze those little friends of yours, right?
Right.
I would agree sometimes that I don't want to squeeze my little friends, but I don't want them to hang. I don't want them to be smacking back and forth. So I would agree with you. I in some ways, when I'm going to bed, I'll wear the boxers. If I'm out and about, I'm wearing my boxer briefs. So there you go. Second question I have is favorite snack to eat before a game and why?
It's hard to choose. I mean, I'm back and forth a lot. Normally, most of the time, I would just go get a pizza, like a Little Caesars pizza, and just sit down and eat it before I head up to the high school.
Well, you're a big guy. You're 6'6", right? Am I right?
6'5". Well, you're right. You're right about
6'5", about 250 pounds. Big man, like the pizza. You know, if you get a New York man, I think you'd be eating instead of a small little Caesars. You go to a Gino's Pizza over here, and the pizza is to die for over here. So
I've heard. Yeah.
You'll love it, man. You'll gobble a couple of those. If you ever go to the New York Jets or the Giants, I hope the Jets. Always hope the Jets.
Now come to the Giants. We're going to get rid of Evan Ingram, who has strop problems.
Every single tight end they've ever had has stunk. Okay, you better hope to the Jets. Okay?
Jeremy Shockey was good.
Well, that's true. You know, he was at one point, but then he wanted to leave because they ran him out of town.
I know.
Yeah, that's a really good argument on that one. Last question I have for you: blondes or brunettes, and why?
I'll have to go with brunettes. I've always
girlfriend.
Do what?
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, sir.
Oh, West Virginia, here he comes. Oh my God, this guy's gonna have some fun. You know, it's always good to go to college when you're single, but you'll meet some Southern girl over there, fall in love, and then go into the NFL and buy her a nice 6 or 7 carat ring and get married. What do you think about that?
We'll see. We'll see where that leads me.
It'll leave you to a lot of things. Just hopefully you do it safely. That's for sure. Anyways, we'll give you the floor. You become the broadcaster. You can ask us any question you want. You got 3 of them. Ask away.
All right. If you had to pick one food for the rest of your life to eat, what would it be?
Wow, that's a good one. That is a really good one. Oh, I'm torn. I'm torn because there's 2.
He likes his. Listen. He likes dark sausages. He does. He likes them.
That's not the 2.
He
I'm
likes
torn
the
with.
dark sausages. I ask him, "Do you like white sausages or do you like dark sausages?" And what do you say, Speedy?
Yes, I like darker, spicier sausages, but that's not what I'm picking, Treylan. I'm gonna go nachos. I'm just a big nachos Mexican food person.
Nachos. I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, right over his head. Anyways, I'm a hamburger guy. You know, I like my burgers. You know, I get one of those big ginormous, and it's not even a word, but I'll get the ginormous, you know, because it's like as big as 6 or 7 men, okay? And I'll try to eat that burger before I die. So that's what I would go. I would go with a burger.
Okay. All right. If you could change your name, what would you change it to?
Ooh, wow, this is good. I like this.
You know, it's weird because I've thought of this because I like longer names, and my name's obviously only 4 letters, so I've actually thought of this for a while. Yes, I know my name's boring. Thank you for noting. So, let's see. Wow, that's a very good question. Among the questions we've had since we've had this segment going on, where the recruits.
Could you just answer the damn question?
A lot of good names.
Just give them one.
All right. I'll say Jeremiah. That's a good one.
Yeah, I want a porno name. Okay, that's what I want.
Porno name.
I want somebody to remember me forever. I want to be called Bo Jingles. Okay.
Okay.
I like Bo Jingles. That's
okay.
For me. So if you ever want to call me Bo and last name Jingles, you understand why I want to be Jingles. So there you go. Last question, bud.
All right. What's your guys' favorite numbers?
Ooh, all right. I will go.
Got 60 million, so be ready for this.
I will go one digit, 1 2 digit. I'll just say 7 and 10.
How many good numbers do you have? It's
7 and 10.
One number. He said, "What number do you like?"
All right, 7. We'll go 7.
All right, 7. Lucky number 7. He's not lucky. So it's definitely not lucky with the ladies. That's for sure. I'm gonna go with my sports number. That's 34. I used that number all the way through my high school I was a big time hockey player. That was the number I wore. So I wore that number wherever I went. So the number 34, which equals, if you add it up, 3 plus 4 is 7, which that doesn't say much to look at him. So there you go. Anyways, Treylan, why don't you tell the fans how they can find you on social media?
All my stuff's usually just my name. Treylan Davis 22 is my Twitter, and then my Instagram is just my name, Treylan Davis.
Well, Treylan, I want to get you on the show when the season starts next year. I'm going to be rooting for you. I root for all the recruits that we have on the show. You seem like, I will say this, we've interviewed a load of you recruits from next year to this year, top recruits. you appear very confident and very, very intelligent the way you answer your questions. Even your questions that you asked us, very unique. I'm very, very impressed. I'm very impressed with you, man. I'm going to keep tabs on you. What are your plans? Are you planning? Is your goal to be in the NFL?
I mean, if the opportunity comes along, then absolutely. But it's pretty early to see that yet. So my whole goal is I'm majoring in business and stuff, and wanting to open up an own gym.
I like you, man. I really do. Personality wise, you're very confident, but you're not cocky, and I like that. And you speak up. It's a long way away from that. A lot of your recruits, and you can admit this. A lot of the recruits say, I'm going to the NFL, or that's the goal. That's the goal. Your goal is, listen, I'm not ready yet. We'll see. That's a good enough answer for me, man. And I'm going to be rooting for you. I hope you are successful. And I want to get you on. I want you to be a fan of the show. Download our app. That's what you got to do, man.
All right.
Speedy will text you the app. You listen to the show. Be a fan. Tell your friends about it. We really appreciate you joining us. And we're going to get you on again. We want you to be a friend of the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. And I appreciate all the time that you got me on here.